Yo, this is Wayne.
This is Dan.
And this is Billy.
And this is Faulty Logics.
So today we'll talk about Halloween since it's around the corner, and this will probably come out either on Halloween, the day before Halloween, the day after Halloween, somewhere around there.
Maybe a week after.
Yeah, hopefully not a week after, unless we really suck at editing. So one of the articles we found just mentioned that the Halloween trick-or-treat rate is kind of dropping.
You don't need an article for that.
Yeah.
You just look outside your house like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, that's true. I remember as a kid, like, that was a thing that we did, and it was crazy.
Kids will be piled up, lining up at houses to get candy. Now I'll buy a box of candy.
And you can't even get rid of them.
Yeah,
all.
Like, I'll have, all of it left. Like, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Right?
You
I
don't have
have
to go
candy. Right? But, seriously, what happened to it, right?
I think last year, less than 10 kids came up to get candy from my house. And I live on, a main neighborhood street where there's, tons of houses, right? So.
Damn, that's so sad. I remember there was always, this one house, and it was so much candy. It was, they just,
Was it my
grabbed...
house?
No, it was not your house.
No, because you know what my grandma did? Like, normally my grandma's the one that hands it out, and we have a lot of candy. She'll just give a handful.
Oh my god!
And you'll see,
that's what. And there's so many kids. They all spread the news to each other.
Yeah, they'll be like, you'll go to that house. They give a lot.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Fucking kid,
Good stuff. So those houses, I remember, every kid was like, oh yeah, go here, and then I would go around the neighborhood and then make a trip back after I finished to go back to those houses that are good.
Did they ever ask you, did you come already?
No, I don't remember.
That have happened to me.
I wish I was
not because I went back on purpose. Mm-hmm. It's because I don't know.
You forgot.
Yeah, it's late at night. What do you want me to do?
Oh god. I remember my house running out of candy and then having to use my own personal candy that I gathered, but I had 2 garbage bags full
Just
of
turn
candy.
off the lights.
No, it doesn't, you don't do that back then, man. You do that a few years after. You know, after stop, die down, and you don't want people to bother you, then you turn off your lights.
What was your best Halloween costumes ever that you guys were in?
Man.
I was poor, so.
Even as an adult.
As an adult.
Oh, you know, I was 2 years ago. Marshmallow Man.
Marshmallow. What's a Marshmallow Man?
You know the one from Ghostbusters? That giant.
That looks like the Michelin.
Yeah, that's what it looks
the
like.
Michelin guy.
And
There's a little hat on top.
The costume that I have blows up, fills up with air.
That's hilarious.
There's a fan that you turn on, it'll just continuously fill up with more air.
Is that a really expensive costume?
No, it's $20.
You can modify that now and turn yourself into Baymax this year.
That's true. You just have to get rid of the puffiness.
I just need to get rid of the hat and I'm set.
Yeah. I remember getting I think sushi from a place before too. I was like, what the frick is this?
That's so weird.
But back then,
how long ago was this? Because sushi was not really in our lives until
this was probably I was I don't even know, 11, 10 maybe.
I bet you were probably like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? At least cook it.
No, I actually ate the sushi and I was like, damn, this is good sushi.
You actually ate.
Your parents let you eat the sushi?
No,
did your parents sort out your candy for you?
No, I didn't. No, I ate it on the spot.
What? It's as you're eating it,
he's holding a dish of soy sauce there for you. Hey, dip it in here.
As Billy was eating it, the guy was probably, I'm assuming it's the guy watching you eat it,
good.
Good.
It was a woman. It was a woman who made it.
Oh, even creepier.
I think, I don't know. I feel like we were just more trusting back then. We didn't have to worry about stuff.
No, we weren't more trusting back then.
I think we were more trusting.
At least there were not as many instances of us getting bad candy. It was always on TV saying you have to check your candy, right?
I think that actually contributed to people not trick-or-treating anymore. That was bombarded into our brains.
Oh, but you know what? When they said you have to check your candy, my first thought was not check it for needles and shit. My thought was check for bad candy, like the crappy ones. Seriously. I was
oh god.
I got a bag of candy. I'm like, what am I supposed to fucking check for?
You sort the good ones and the bad ones in separate piles.
Yeah, I got something I need to admit. So when we were kids, we sort the good and the bad, and the bad got saved for an extra handout.
That's so bad. That's disgusting.
Yeah,
oh,
but it's okay.
I wonder if the other people those candies probably circulate for
years. Those would be those that get sorted out as the bad candy.
Yeah, and go around for many years.
The shitty rockets, right? I knew some people that did like rockets, so I would trace them for little Mars bars, bite sizes.
The next day,
you guys are idiots.
Damn, that was crazy. Everyone brought in so much candy.
Everyone at school trades.
Yeah, wow.
Okay,
totally
but what did Halloween mean to you when you were kids? What was the point of Halloween?
Just getting candy.
Yeah, mine was
dressing up.
How many bags I can get in one night. That's pretty much how it was, right? Because
how many bags did you get though? What was the most that you've ever gotten?
I want to say 4 or 5.
4? Oh, shit.
What kind of bags are you talking about?
Oh, black garbage bags.
No. Grocery bags.
Oh, okay. That's it? I filled up 2 black garbage bags before.
How ghetto were you bringing black garbage bags?
No, I mean
as soon as school was over, this guy's out.
No, I said this is what happened. Whoever was handing out candy, they're probably like, this poor kid has to use a black garbage bag.
No, I don't go out with the black garbage bag. So I go out with like just bags, right? And then I go home and I dump it in the black garbage bag, and I go out with my bags again and get more.
And of course, the white kids actually use like pillowcases. I never got.
No. That would be the ghetto white kids. The regular white kids would actually have like a pumpkin basket.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, those things hold nothing, man.
Actually, no. I went to school with the majority of white people, and a lot of them did go out with the pillowcases because they
that was
fill a
smart.
lot.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I think my mom wouldn't even let me. I don't think we even
Why
had
didn't people just use garbage bags?
I
Because
use a
ghetto.
plastic bag. I use a plastic
Nothing
bag.
wrong
Because it looks like a
Grocery bag.
There's nothing wrong with it. You hold more. As a kid, all you care about is getting more candy.
Do you have, get someone to escort you to house?
I usually
my
had
parents never
like,
cared.
yeah, if it wasn't my parents, usually I have like a couple of aunts.
Yeah.
They're not much older than me, like within a decade. So they're kind of like almost like an older sibling, right?
Yeah.
So they would take us out for trick or
Man,
treating.
that sucks. Someone had to escort you guys around.
Well, I grew up in Scarborough. It's ghetto
Yeah.
there. I live right beside the
I
project.
think I did, but normally it was my cousin, so it wasn't so bad. He would still like bring me everywhere, or I went with a sibling maybe. As long as you go with a sibling or a cousin, it's fine. It's like going out with your friends. If it's your parents, they'll be like, "Let's go home. You've had enough."
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
such a buzzkill. I think since I started trick or treating when I was 7,
When you
and
came
I
to
went on
Canada?
my own.
On your own?
Yeah, when I was
In
7.
downtown Toronto?
Yeah, with my friends.
Aren't you afraid of
Crazy, bro.
pedophiles?
No, that's why I didn't care back then. That's why
You
I was
didn't even
like,
know what a
sushi?
pedophile was.
Great. Like,
I
this
still
is
can't remember.
delicious.
Who hands out sushi? That's just not cheap either.
Hey, I remember it was really good, like sushi though.
I swear, whoever handed that out to you, they probably had sushi that night and forgot to turn off the porch light. Like, oh shit, here you go, little boy.
Was that the favorite thing you ever got?
I think so. I think that was actually because that's the one most memorable thing I've ever had. And remember eating it, and I went back again after.
What was the worst thing you got then?
Worst thing I got. I think an apple.
For real?
Yeah, I got an apple before. I was like, an apple? Come on.
Okay, so the worst thing that I've ever got was this douchebag. He had a bowl of candy, so he had the candy there to give out. But what he would do is he would grab it and in a way that he kind of hides his hand, so it looks like you can't tell if his hand's full of candy or not. And he'll reach into your bag and then tap the side of your bag so it makes a noise. So it sounds like he dropped the candy in.
Yeah.
But he doesn't give you shit.
Wow.
He doesn't give you shit.
As Dan was telling the story, for some reason I was picturing syringes.
Syringes.
Like they'll be in the basket and like, here you go. How many
I
you
thought this was okay. When you were describing that, I thought he was gonna put his hand in, pretended like he dropped it, picked
That's
up
what he-
candy.
That's a complete douchebag. He's filling his little bowl of candy.
He takes it back. He pretends like he dropped it. Oh, here's a lot of candy. Like makes a rustling sound. He goes like, and then like just takes your candy.
He's like, bro, where did that bag of chips come from?
like in your head, it's like, why does this basket look like more full than before?
Wait, hold on. The bags of chips are so good.
Yeah, that was my
Lay's,
favorite
yeah,
thing.
The Lay's.
Those
Oh
are
yeah,
my
I forgot
favorite
about
things
that.
to
Actually,
eat.
yeah.
Those were
Forget
like
the sushi. The
Those
bags
were
of
like,
chips.
if you get a bag of chips, that's like 100
Oh,
points.
yeah, it's like a gold mine.
Yeah.
Look, this is the best house.
Pretty
the
much,
chips.
you go to school the next day. How many bags of chips did you get?
Oh yeah, that was
Right?
so.
Have
Good.
Whoever
you
got the
guys-
most was the boss.
Have you guys ever trick or treated in like, kind of like a farm area where there's like a lot of space in between houses?
No.
No,
Okay,
did they
so
give you goats?
This is the craziest shit
They
because
give you milk.
because it's so rare for people to come by to trick or treat at their house because the distance is like it's huge, right? Like you have to drive from house to house, and in that distance, if you were to walk that distance, you could have gone through like 50 houses or something, right? So if you go to the countryside where I grew up, and you actually went to these houses, they give you the craziest things. Like you instead of getting like the little tiny bags of chips, they give you a full bag of chips, a full chocolate bar.
Wow.
You get like a case of pop, 2-liter pops.
Just going to their pantries. I started.
Yeah. They give you an entire 2-liter bottle of pop. It's like, take this.
like-
You're like, oosh.
You like Dr. Pepper?
Yeah.
I have a feeling one of the reasons why we don't see as many kids now is because we're poor. All the kids are smart now because they've got like adults that have gone through the phase of going through a lot of houses. They get small candies. Now they're going to rich areas that gives full size candies because those exist.
Right.
I'm a little sad that I didn't think of that when I was a kid.
Yeah, those rich areas, man. Oh.
Yeah, you hear a lot about like people just going up in like vanfuls of like kids and they just go drive into neighborhoods and trick or
It's a
treat.
drive by. Trick or treat
Yeah.
drive. Oh, so after all the trick or treating and
Yeah.
stuff is over, do you guys secretly, or not secretly, but do you just go to grocery stores and buy cheap candy? Because it's on sale afterwards.
I usually don't.
Oh man, it's so
not
cheap.
when I was a kid.
No,
I do
now.
that
I mean, now.
Yeah, of course.
Now it's like go time. Like after
I-
Halloween,
I
it's go
actually
time.
don't buy a lot of junk food, so like it's not something that crosses my mind really. The less junk food I have, the better probably for
Well,
me.
it's like pro tip: go after Halloween.
Yeah.
Buy-
It was
buy
the
everything.
best for when we were in university. After Halloween, we would just buy enough candy to fill up a locker, and that would be our stash for the year.
I think in university, the Halloween experience was completely different.
Oh yeah, it's some partying, right?
My God, yeah, so much freaking drinking in Halloween. Halloween, I think, is by far the most drinking, crazy event in the entire year.
And it's the only day in the year where girls can dress slutty and there's no issue with it.
Yeah. I think it's equally as busy as New Year's. I'm pretty sure, because like I stopped going clubbing on Halloween after like I think 3 years in a row where the clubs were max capacity and I had to wait like 2 hours.
Wait, as busy as Pride Week?
I don't know. I've never been during Pride Week, so I don't know, man. If you've been during Pride Week, I guess it's good for you. But
isn't it during Pride Week in Toronto that they actually extended the last call at bars?
Is that important to you, Wade?
No, but that was on the news. That's what I'm just saying.
I
We're
don't.
talking
Yeah.
about the busiest day for drinking.
I don't know. I maybe Pride Week would be more. Yeah, it's like, what's the other one? Caravana. Caravana. Yeah.
Yep.
That one is apparently crazy too.
Don't they do that in the street and everything or something?
Yeah, it's more of a festival, right? I don't think people was drinking. I think they're just eating jerk chicken.
No, I
Smoking
think.
weed?
No, I think.
Whoa, that's a little farther. I was talking about jerk chicken, which is delicious.
Yeah, or oxtail.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck, I'm hungry.
Oxtail gravy is the best gravy.
It is pretty bomb.
Yeah.
So, for audience out there, if you know of any really good jerk chicken or
Oh, yeah.
oxtail,
Oh, yeah.
let us know. We've been to quite a few, but
yeah.
I don't think we've been to the best.
Yeah, we need to know where the best
Yeah.
one is at.
This is just a side note, but for real, let us know. Feedback, please. We want jerk chicken
Do you think jerk chicken is like one of your favorite foods?
from.
Like everything?
Not
No,
everything.
No.
Not everything.
I think jerk chicken.
It's a great thing.
I think jerk chicken is, maybe my favorite way of having chicken.
What about fried chicken?
Oh shit.
That's so basic.
I was like, oh, that's pretty delicious too. Oh shit. Like, oh damn, got me there. Yeah, you know what? Forget, never mind. Forget everything I said. Fried chicken is the best.
But yeah, so where were we about the Halloween
I don't know.
stuff?
So, like we talked about the kinds of treats and everything that we do like. What would you say is your least favorite things to get? Like when you go through your candy collection, what are the ones you hate seeing in your bags?
Oh, chiclets.
What are chiclets?
The little
Gum.
gums.
Yeah, they give you like 2.
They look like a buck tooth.
Yeah, like what the fuck's the point then?
Oh, I hate those teeth candy. You know the lip candy?
The one that tastes like cinnamon?
I never ate it. It looks disgusting.
It's so good.
It just looks
Like
disgusting.
you can make out with it.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
What about those candies that you only see during Halloween time? It's like in an
bubble
orange,
bubble?
the orange and black wrapper.
Yeah.
It's like literally just Halloween candy because it's like, I don't know the
Is it
design of
gummies?
it. They're kind of like a toffee almost.
Anything that's like not the standard
Like a caramel
brand
toffee.
name candies, I was like,
Tootsies?
no, not
Tootsie Roll?
having this.
Not really a Tootsie Roll, but it's in an orange and black wrapper.
Can't remember.
So I always remember the candy lasting a couple months, right? And then at the end of it,
Last not long.
yeah, I had 2 garbage bags full of candy, man.
But you had a lot of people in your house.
Yeah, I know, but
They all had 2 bags
yeah,
each.
everyone is. I don't know how this is possible because my family doesn't buy much, and we just use. Oh, you know why? It's because so I have 2 other siblings that can go trick or treating, so we like maximize garbage bags full of candy.
Crazy.
Yeah. So after a few months, I always have that rocket candy, the one that.
Chalky.
I hate
Yeah, that
the
thing.
Rockets. Those are
Yeah.
the worst candy.
But they're so versatile.
Yeah.
Because it's also the necklace candy. Too.
Yeah.
I hate
I
those.
always pretend like it's medicine and just like eat
What?
it like I don't
It's
know
the
why.
worst.
Because it looks like a medicine pill.
You mean ecstasy?
Yeah, I guess so. Ecstasy pill.
But you know what?
11-year-old.
When you have that candy crushed up into like the powder form, like the pixie sticks, then it tastes good because it's like
so you let it
wait,
coat
wait.
your tongue?
So it's
Yeah.
not. So it's not ecstasy. So it's like cocaine.
it's like cocaine. So if you come in a straw, you pour it into the line and you sniff it.
This fucking candy teaches you for when you're an adult.
Yeah.
Prepares you for all the different forms.
There were so many candies back then that made us want to do drugs in the future.
Like the Popeye sticks.
yeah. Not
They
even
look like
that.
little cigarettes.
No, those are the
Oh, I
chocolate.
love those things.
No,
I
you know
love
which one's a
those
good one?
Popeye sticks.
the chocolate one.
The ones that look like cigars, mini cigars, right?
No, it's wrapped up like a cigarette, and then you unwrap it and just eat chocolate.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about
I
as well
don't
too.
know
I had
what
those
Maybe
as
you,
well.
maybe you were in Canada.
Those are a little bit more rare.
Those are good though.
Never
Yeah,
seen
those are pretty bomb.
But the rocket candies, the next step is to take a spoon, heat it up, and then inject it in your veins. That's the next step, and then you're all the way at like meth level.
I really hope no kids are listening to this. or meth heads giving them bad ideas.
I wonder. I don't think that would do anything to you. I think that would just get you really sick and maybe you probably get
I'll
an
probably
infection.
give you something.
You get an infection for sure.
It's like probably give you diabetes.
You're injecting sugar directly into your bloodstream.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
But I think for me, the worst thing I ever got was a homemade Rice Krispie square.
Maybe it's like the sushi. Did you eat it?
No.
Then maybe you'll
Because
never
those
know.
are those are the stuff they tell you like put it in the bad pile. Okay, if it looks like it's been open,
Yeah.
throw it out.
Oh, I
And
remember
honestly,
that.
that one's been wrapped on its own.
Like with saran wrap or
Yeah,
something, right?
that's all it was.
So they cared.
They did care, but no.
You didn't appreciate their care and love.
Especially it was an old lady. They handed it to me.
Did your parents ever go through the candy with you, or?
I think they just expected me to do it, but normally I had nothing in the bad pile.
Oh man, I remember that feeling when you go back home and then you dump out all the candy and you're
Yeah.
like, ha ha ha.
You gotta run back out to like get some more.
I used to like swim in the candy and everything
Yeah,
too.
it's like Scrooge McDuck with the gold.
yeah, with the gold you just poured on top of
You're
something.
like,
Let it
oh,
rain.
I'm so happy.
Dude, that's fucked up.
Oh my god, I remember that feeling too. It's like so much joy. I was like, wow, this is the best shit in the world.
Yeah, Halloween is definitely like my favorite holiday. It's not even technically a holiday, but it should be.
I wish
It's
it
my
was a
favorite day
holiday.
of the year for
Yeah.
sure.
You know, I find like some of the kids I know of, they just don't want to do it anymore. Feels like they're getting lazy.
Actually, yeah, I have a couple of friends who have children themselves, and they don't want to go out and get the candy. It's like the parents that force them to get candy for
Like
themselves.
they enjoy wearing the costume,
Yes.
but they're just wearing it at home, looking like an idiot.
I wonder what that was like. I feel like as a kid, it's just something all our friends did. So maybe just all their friends don't do
No,
it. so
maybe
it's kinda
because
like, oh.
a lot of the kids now are a little entitled because a lot of candy are provided to them at ease. Back then, we didn't have a lot of money to buy candy.
I know some families that rather than them going out trick-or-treating too, the parents would be like, what kind of candies do you want to buy for you instead?
Oh, that's
It's pretty boring and like shitty.
Yeah, I think the
But-
culture just shifted.
Yeah, and I think because back in the day when we did it with friends or family.
Yeah,
like,
it was
people
it was
our
like
ages,
a
right?
it was like a memory you
Yeah,
made, right?
But now, like when you go, it's just like you and your parents. Your parents are like
That's
holding
not-
your hands
that's
while
not fun.
doing
you know,
it.
maybe
basically.
it's just there's so much kids can do at home now.
You think we were bored as a kid?
Yeah, because no kid wanted to stay home. All the kids back then wanted to go out, and Halloween was one of the reasons why we went out.
I wonder if that's just like so. What you're saying is
Because now kids
we're
have
just
like
old.
internet.
Yeah,
they
we're
have
just
internet
old.
to stay home, play video games and whatnot.
No, but we had TV. It's not like we were born in the 50s. We had TV, and we had the PlayStation. And
No.
yeah,
Oh, you had the PlayStation.
I had a PlayStation.
I had an NES.
Yeah, we had consoles when we had the games. and
Yeah, but you also had parents that wanted to watch TV.
yeah.
We also played outdoors back then.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know what it is. I think we're just old. It's just like old people complain about young kids these days. Like, get off my lawn, assholes.
You know what's another reason why kids aren't going out? Clown sightings. Like, what's the deal with the clown sightings lately? Why is this coming up? Why are there fucking clowns on the road? Because this.
Oh, I saw a recording of one. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, they look crazy.
This guy was fucking chasing this man down the street with a knife.
Yeah.
Like, what the
And-
frick?
You know what? One of the recent cases I heard, this one kid dressed up as a clown to scare his friend, and his other friend stabbed him.
That's such a sudden story. His friend.
And then he's like,
He was
unmasked,
like-
like,
he was
oh
like-
shit, it's you. Right?
He's like, it's a long time ago.
No, but
Well, what
it's-
did you
it's happened a few
expect?
times. Yeah, like, you know what?
Yeah,
What do
people
you
are,
expect to get
deserves it.
stabbed when you wear a clown costume?
Yeah, people
No.
are starting
You-
to attack these clowns
Yeah,
because
you
they
know-
had enough of it.
Oh my
But it's
god.
known, everyone's afraid of this, right? It's
think-
like, what's going through your mind? Is like, you know what? I'm gonna wear a scary clown costume and scare the fuck out of everyone. It's gonna be hilarious. Everyone's gonna have a great laugh.
It was hilarious at first,
Yeah.
but like obviously
No,
now
not even
people,
at first. It's so fucked up.
I thought that was hilarious.
I heard one of them was
I like
like,
scaring people.
one of them was also a PR stunt from some film studio.
Oh my god, it's a terrible idea. You don't jump on this stuff.
But the thing is, it's all over the world. It's so fucked up. Like, there are people that are definitely afraid of clowns.
Yeah.
Like, I've known some people.
Are you one of them?
No,
Are you?
unless they're holding a
secretly-
chainsaw.
Like I think
you're
it's
just
hilarious.
wait. I think you're just afraid of people with chainsaws. Then.
No, okay. I'm not afraid of clowns. I'm afraid of scary clowns, like the ones that's how people are dressed up as. 'Cause, you know, there's some people that's just afraid of clowns no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm fine with clowns.
I know a guy who's afraid of clowns.
For real, is it you?
No, it's not me, but I know a guy.
I think it's okay for like these clowns to like go around and kind of like shock people a little bit.
No, this is not.
I think
shock.
that's okay.
They're just standing in the
Yeah.
middle of the street and like.
Yeah, these people are taking it
that's-
too far.
I think
Like
it's
when you
creepy.
start
It
trying
is
to lure
creepy.
kids into the woods and stuff, you're taking it way too far. But if you're just like kind of like
Oh wait, hold on.
scaring people,
I have a
it's
question. then.
hilarious.
What's more scary, right? A clown standing on a playground, or a child standing in front of the woods, just like staring at you.
I think a clown standing in a playground.
Wait, what's the next closest house? Is it like next door?
No, it's just like a random kid standing in the woods. Like imagine a long hair.
Wait, is he smiling at me?
No.
Oh, then no,
Is
I'm
it
not afraid.
a boy or is it a girl?
I think what
sexist.
I imagine actually this might be important because so what I imagine is there's a bunch of trees and woods, right, and then it's a little girl in a like a kind of like hospital gown, right, and then long hair, all like crazy looking, and it's like really long, you can barely see her face, and she's just standing there, and all you see, and you walk by, and all you see is her standing there, and you're just like, what the hell is that? And you just see a little girl and she does nothing, or you see a clown standing in a playground.
What kind of a clown?
All right, just like, hold on. Okay, so
Is it like Ronald McDonald or is it like?
well, Ronald McDonald at night standing in a playground would be pretty scary too.
Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna get raped with the bum.
I don't know how the clown would look like. I'm more invested in this little girl in the
Does
standing
it look like
woods.
a sinister, violent clown, or does it look like a creepily happy clown?
I imagine kind of like those like Joker-looking clowns.
Okay,
Yeah, that's how I imagine it, standing there.
like with some really shitty face
Yeah.
paint and
You know,
stuff
with
like
the
that.
kid, it's like, okay, let's say you actually go up somewhere and you see a kid. I'm like, oh fuck, that's scary. You walk away and then like you hear on the news like a stranded kid on the street died, and no one helped them. That's gonna be you, Billy.
No, because if you look like those movies, right? They always have like the creepiest thing is always children at night randomly.
You don't even have to see them. You just have to hear them laughing.
Yeah, when they laugh, they're like they're
playground.
hee hee, you know, like
But you know, for me, it's like at the end of the day, it's still a kid. You can overpower a kid. Like if it attacks you, just
I don't know, man.
punch it in the
I
face.
don't know,
When
man.
his eyes are turning red.
Yeah, I was imagining the same thing. Red eyes, crazy, and then run super fast too, and then crawl in your back and just scratch you all over.
Versus a clown doing the exact same
You don't even
thing.
have to run. It's like
It's a
you're
full-size
running
man.
and it appears right in front of you.
No, it's supernatural, man. The little girl is not a normal little girl. The little girl has superpowers, right? It's like a demon child or something. That's how I imagine it.
I don't know. I'd rather stay away from the clown than the little demon girl.
Or how about a little girl clown?
They're like, she's like standing in between the forest and the park. It's like, what is she doing randomly in the field? Like, you go up to her, she's like, I'm very confused what I'm doing.
There have been clowns that got attacked, and they've got
the one that got stabbed.
Yeah, I've seen reports of like
Yeah, there's
people
been a
running
few.
over clowns with cars and stuff like that.
No, I mean, like, the clowns kill the people,
No,
not the other way around.
There's a country where people are attacking clowns, even the ones that's actually clowns, like on jobs.
Oh, actually, hold on. I remember on, I think it was it Just Kidding News? Where they talked about clown attacks or something? Where a guy, no, I think it was Philip DeFranco. There's a clown who attacked a man, and what the guy, like he was trying to withdraw money at an ATM. So what the guy did was he grabbed a knife with his bare fucking hands, like a badass.
Gangster.
Yeah, like a fucking badass. So that the guy couldn't stab him anymore, because I think he got stabbed maybe. So grabbed the knife with his hand.
It's like in reality, the knife just went through his fingers.
Yeah, well, his fingers kind of got sliced,
all
and
of us.
then had to be attacked. I don't know what exactly happened afterwards, but the man was alive, and so I don't think the clown was arrested. But I don't remember any stories of the clowns actually killing people other than
No, there's
scaring
no
people.
killing. It's just people. Clowns are getting stabbed because they're fucking stupid.
Yeah, the clowns are getting stabbed, but are the victims of the clown scaring dying or anything?
I really want
The
to.
victims of the clown scary?
Yeah, like the people the clown are scaring. Is the clowns actually doing anything bad, or are they just scaring people? So people just
They're
stab
scaring
them.
people at night.
Then why do you stab them then? Just punch them in the face.
That's fucking scary. No, because I think sometimes they chase them.
I'm pretty sure it started out as just scaring,
Yeah.
and like I said earlier, like people are just starting to push it too far. So they are starting to try to attack people. But at this point, where we've already started seeing all these clown sightings, people are getting fed up with it. They're retaliating now too. Whereas in the past, it's like, oh shit, that's creepy. I'm gonna call the cops or something.
Yeah.
But it's happening so often. They're like, you know what? Screw this shit. I'm standing up for myself or whatever. If they're coming at me, I'm gonna attack this guy. I'm gonna run him over with a car or something like that. I even saw videos of people like this one guy. He was buying a case of beer. Like he had a 2-4, and he's like, well, this clown is like standing in the path for me to get home. I need to walk home. And then after he sees the clown start walking towards him, he's like, oh shit. So he puts down his case of beer and he takes one of the bottles out.
That's what I was thinking you're gonna do. This is
And
the only choice.
He started chasing
No
after
other
the
choice,
clown,
man.
and the clown turned around and ran. But that clown was holding a knife as well too.
Wow, you should have got 2 bottles, one on each arm, for like nunchuck style. You know,
Like,
like,
he just goes up, smash the ball against the ground just to get ready to stab him.
get ready to
But, like-
shake him like prison style.
If you're one of these clowns and like your goal is just to scare somebody, when you pull out a real knife and everything like that, it takes it over the line of just being a joke at that point.
Yes.
Like you're putting yourself in a position where you're gonna get hurt. In the States, you're lucky you're not getting shot.
In Texas, if they do it in Texas, they can get shot.
Yeah, or Florida.
Yeah, in crazy countries.
another aspect we want to talk about candies. So you know how we were talking about splitting the good and the bad.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck is wrong with people putting razor blades in the fucking candy? Like they find needles and shit like that too, right? And you know what's more amazing, that these candy actually get spotted before the kids eat it.
Yeah, that's amazing. Because I never check my candy before I eat it. I just open the wrapper, and if I don't see like the wrapper looks like it's been tampered with, I just pop the candy in my mouth. Right?
It seems very easy because you know that fold on the back of the candy, chocolate bar. You can just put a needle right into it, right? And that shit's hard to spot.
And who are these sick bastards who are spending their time like? They have to friggin' buy the individual razor blades and everything, disassemble it, and then like somehow secretly insert it into the candy, right?
Maybe
who's this
clowns.
guy?
But
Who are these
clowns are the
sick
ones
bastards
doing
that
it.
are doing?
like, what's their objective? Because they're not gonna see it.
Yeah,
happen.
they don't get to see it
Yeah,
happen.
they're gonna put in the needle, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is gonna be very funny somewhere."
I think it's like some people do things in order to get on the news, like a
But they don't get credit for it.
Yeah, they don't get credit, but they're like, "Oh, I did this." Yes, kind of some sadistic stuff.
They don't even know it's them though. It could have been the guy beside him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It could have
It's
been Ronald
like-
McDonald.
It's like it goes on the news. It's like, wait, that's not me. I use a needle, not a razor blade.
he's like, wait a minute, did I put a razor blade instead? Shit, I forgot. Where's my needle? I need that.
Jokes on that guy. It wasn't a pixie sticks. It was cocaine. So what is your advice for people this year for Halloween? I think it's hard to say for me what I would recommend or advice to give to people, because as much as I want kids to go out and have fun and trick or treat and stuff like that, there's a lot of douchebags out there that are ruining the fun for other people.
Yeah, like one person just ruins it for all. But you know what? Even though there's so much danger out there, I would still like to encourage parents to push their kids out to do Halloween. 'Cause, it is fun, but
I think it was only fun because of our friends.
yeah,
I don't think it's funny.
It's an activity,
Yeah.
right? Not an activity you want to do with your parents.
That's so. I think the kids should just go out, get smashed, and get drunk.
Yeah, and we're your friends here. We're not gonna play any tricks on you. And if you want some treats every once in a while, you should just click that subscribe button at the bottom and follow us so that every week you can get a new episode to listen to.
Yeah, it is a Chinese proverb. Every time you subscribe, a clown dies. So do it.
Thanks for listening, guys. Peace.